Last leg of campaigning in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, and that is going to be our top focus here on NDTV at 6 p.m. I'm Ankit Tyagi, and welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. After Diwali, both the Congress and the BJP, the big guns from both these parties, the top leaders, are booming in these states. Of course, on 17th November, the polls in both Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, second phase of Chhattisgarh and, I beg your pardon, Madhya Pradesh, all the seats, 230 seats of Madhya Pradesh Assembly will be polling. Now, remember, 15th would be the last day before the mics and the road shows and these big rallies will completely be silent, and the voters then will have their moment to reflect, think about the entire campaign, and then go ahead and vote. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed 3 rallies and road shows in the state of Madhya Pradesh. There was a road show in Indore. Not only Prime Minister Narendra Modi, but BJP fielded JP Nadda, Amit Shah, Yogi Adityanath in the state of Madhya Pradesh. From the Congress party, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, both in fact, one in MP and the other one in Chhattisgarh, right now campaigning all across these 2 important states. For the Congress, they would be hoping that they can repeat 2018, where the Congress party was successfully able to form the government that lasted of Kamal Nath for just a year and a half. And the Congress would be hoping to repeat their performance in Chhattisgarh. The BJP would want to continue the rule of Shivraj Singh Chauhan, at least the Bharatiya Janata Party's rule in MP, and dislodge Bhupesh Baghel from the state of Chhattisgarh. Let's just listen in to how the campaign, in fact, went on today. First, the Prime Minister, who had sharp attack on the Congress party.
ये बीजेपी की ऐसी आंधी चली है कि कांग्रेस का तंबू उखड़ जाएगा, और इस चुनाव की सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि भाजपा की जीत की जिम्मेदारी मेरी माताओं ने, बहनों ने, बेटियों ने, मेरे नौजवान साथियों ने इसकी कमान संभाल ली है। कांग्रेस ने हमेशा आदिवासी समाज को केवल वोट बैंक के रूप में ही देखा है, जबकि डबल इंजन सरकार ने हर प्रकार से आदिवासी समाज का जीवन बदलने के लिए निरंतर काम किया। मैं मध्य प्रदेश और छत्तीसगढ़ के भी अनेक आदिवासी साथियों से बीते कुछ समय में मिल चुका हूं। हर तरफ कांग्रेस के विरुद्ध घनघोर गुस्सा और भाजपा पर अभूतपूर्व उत्साह दिखाई दे रहा है। जब तक कांग्रेस सत्ता में थी, तब तक आदिवासी क्षेत्रों से, पिछड़े क्षेत्रों से सिर्फ भूखमरी की खबरें आती थी।
Meanwhile, Rahul Gandhi also in Madhya Pradesh took on the BJP and also said that the Congress party was able to chase the BJP away in Karnataka and Himachal Pradesh, and now it is going to do the same in MP.
देखिए, हम बीजेपी से लड़ते हैं। कर्नाटक में हमने इनको मार के भगाया है, हिमाचल प्रदेश में मार के भगाया है, नफरत के साथ नहीं। देखो, हम नफरत के बाजार में मोहब्बत की दुकान खोलते हैं। हम अहिंसा के सिपाही हैं, हम मारते नहीं हैं। मगर मध्य प्रदेश में प्यार से मारकर हमने इनको भगाया, कहा कि भाई तुम्हारे यहां भी जगह नहीं है।
All the senior leaders, including the leaders from the Congress and the BJP, they are campaigning there in Chhattisgarh as well as in Madhya Pradesh, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh Yogi Adityanath, as well as the cabinet ministers like Nitin Gadkari, Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah. They all are campaigning here in Madhya Pradesh. Rahul Gandhi addressed, rally there in Vidisha in the neighboring in the neighborhood of capital Bhopal, and he also addressed a roadshow yesterday in Bhopal which was greeted by thousands of Congress workers. And there he also repeated the same that in मैं एक मोहब्बत की दुकान खोलने आया हूँ नफरत के बाजार में. And Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan started his day by distributing voter slip in Bhopal, and he was seen addressing a neighbor, saying that मैं आपके मोहल्ले में ही रहता हूँ, and he started distributing the voter slips. So this is the last leg of campaigning here in Madhya Pradesh. The campaigning will stop at 5 o'clock tomorrow in MP and Chhattisgarh. Madhya Pradesh, there's only one leg of voting here in Madhya Pradesh, and 2 phases of voting there in Chhattisgarh. One happened on 7th and second is on 17th.
So time till 5 p.m. tomorrow for all political parties to try and make these the most of the campaign time allotted to them. Joining me at this moment, just before the elections in crucial Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, how are the parties poised? What are the issues that are people talking about as far as the ground is concerned? I'm being joined by Javed Ansari, senior journalist, political analyst, who is with us at this moment. We also have Sanjay Singh, senior journalist, who keeps a very keen eye on the developments in electoral states. Javed, I want to start with you first. How do you see this campaign up to now? Because Prime Minister Narendra Modi largely has taken it upon himself. He does that usually, but specifically in the state of Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, where the BJP is not going with the chief ministerial face, the Prime Minister, do you believe, has exposed himself more? He's doing the heavy lifting for the BJP.
Look, it's evident from the last couple of elections that the BJP now relies entirely on the central leadership, particularly that of Mr. Narendra Modi, to do the political heavy lifting for them. But empirical data will also show that wherever the BJP state leadership is weak or they don't have a strong local face, the Prime Minister has not been able to pull the chestnuts out of the fire. You need a strong local leadership and you need a credible face. The Prime Minister believes that since he has to do all the hard work, the local leadership has been sidelined. There is a risk involved. Tomorrow, for argument's sake, if the results if the Congress wins in both these states, immediately political analysts as well as the opposition will pounce on the Prime Minister, saying this is evidence of his waning popularity, and they would like then the world to believe that come 2024, things will be increasingly difficult for the BJP and for Prime Minister Modi.
And it could also turn the other way if the Congress fails to win these states, and the Prime Minister will then, of course, it will boost his ratings as well. But Sanjay Singh, largely when you look at the speech that the Prime Minister has made, one critique that specifically the analysts have been making at his speech, the BJP is relying and taking the people of Madhya Pradesh back to 2003 about the deficiencies of the Congress party, not talking about what they have been able to do or how they have been able to transform Madhya Pradesh in the last 18 and a half years. There is fear of the Congress that the BJP is relying on more rather than possibly a great report card of Shivraj Singh Chauhan.
I think it has to be a mixture of both. The problem with BJP is BJP is there in power for last 17, 18 years. If you minus 1.5 years of Kamal Nath government, then about 20 years. And those who have not seen, or those who are of age of 30 plus, have not seen Congress Raj. They have seen BJP rule since the time they grew up. And when in 2003 BJP had won, it was said ESP has won, Bijli Sarak Pani, because that was the state of affairs then in Madhya Pradesh, and those things were very important. Madhya Pradesh was also in league of Bimaru states, and subsequently Madhya Pradesh has ranked much higher. The state has improved in infrastructure and other parameters. But these elections, actually, every election is a different election. These elections is about people ultimately when they go out and vote. Of course, senior would be broadly convinced by the BJP's logic of what was there in 2003. But to convince the youngsters, that particular thing may not be that useful. And therefore, if you see Prime Minister talking today, he talked about Rahul Gandhi saying mobile phones, you all have mobile phones made in China. And he gave the numbers and also explained as to how India is today number 2 manufacturers of mobile phone,
Right.
and about 100 lakh crore worth mobile phone, rupees worth mobile phone are exported. So those are the things, and you also try and make it a bit emotive. MP ke dil mein Modi, Modi ke dil mein MP. Last time, I think BJP was slightly more complacent in Madhya Pradesh, and this time they recognize that they are in power for long, and there may be some degree of anti-incumbency when
Okay.
Shivraj Singh Chauhan's popularity would be intact in some sections of population,
Right.
and therefore the central leadership is kind of going whole hog.
It looks like more of the beginning of the campaign for 2024 for Prime Minister Modi from here itself. But Javed, one key aspect that the opposition, specifically the India Alliance, has been speaking about and trying to woo the OBC voters has been the OBC caste survey. The caste survey is something which has been made a poll plank as far as the Congress and the other opposition parties are concerned. But has the Congress party done enough to drive that home? Specifically, if I talk about Madhya Pradesh, where the Congress party has fielded 62 OBC candidates in comparison to 71 from the Bharatiya Janata Party. Has the Congress missed that opportunity to bring out more candidates possibly in Madhya Pradesh and drive that point home ahead of 2024?
Look, prima facie, it would appear so, but the final word will only be, final answer will only emerge on the 3rd of December. If you look at the OBC and if you look at women, every political party vociferously batted in favor of women's reservation. But look at the number or percentage of women that have been put up in different political parties. Nobody has actually crossed the 40% or 50% mark. Nobody has come anywhere close to it. So political parties adopt positions depending on where they stand. Today, and it's very difficult. When it comes to elections, it's winnability at the end of the day that matters. Everything else comes second. And we are seeing that happen in Madhya Pradesh, we're seeing that happen in Chhattisgarh, and in fact in all these states when it comes to giving tickets to candidates. There's a lot riding on both parties, but for the India Alliance, they have to win this to be able to puncture the BJP's myth if they want to gain some traction, some momentum going forward to the 2024 elections. If the BJP wins, it happens to retain Madhya Pradesh or even win back Chhattisgarh, then it will be a huge shot in their arm, because then they will try and show to the world that, look, this India Alliance exists only on paper. As it is, it's been fractious. 69 Samajwadi Party candidates are contesting in Madhya Pradesh.
Right.
And a similar number of JDU candidates in Rajasthan.
And so the Aam Aadmi Party also in both these states, in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan.
Yes. So it's easier to come together on paper, a lot difficult when it comes to sheet sharing. And the difficult part, they haven't even approached the difficult part as far as the India ticket distribution is concerned.
I think there is also a sense, like the Congress president, in fact, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge said, that Congress is the principal player as far as these states is concerned, and only after the result on December 3 that they would be able to, in fact, focus on anything else. But Sanjay Singh, like you were pointing out earlier, there is a good chunk, a big chunk, and data will tell you that about 10 to 12% voters in MP last election decided almost 24 to 48 hours before they went out and voted. Is the Shivraj Singh Chauhan BJP fatigue factor the most crucial thing that we are going to see as far as this election is concerned? Because there is a sense on the ground that people voted against the BJP in 2018, but because of Jyotiraditya Scindia, the BJP came back to power. Their mandate was not respected.
The last election was a very interesting election. BJP, of course, lost 3-4% votes and a good number of seats. And Congress gained the same number of vote percentage and same number of seats. But the final tally was nobody got clear majority. JP somewhere around 109 and Congress somewhere around 114. Nobody got a majority. And therefore, this time around, the central leadership was very conscious about it. And therefore, Amit Shah, prior to election, was announced. He was there. He was campaigning. He was making strategies, going down to block level, down to Pana Pramukh, and those things had happened. And when campaigning comes, Prime Minister Modi, of course, does heavy lifting. He did before. Even states where BJP lost election, like in Himachal Pradesh and in Karnataka. In Himachal Pradesh, if you remember, by him going to Kullu Dashera, where
Right.
it was that was a kind of a security nightmare for many people who watched that particular thing happening.
Right.
That apart, of course, Madhya Pradesh election is very crucial, very important for the BJP to retain, and same for the Congress to win these elections. Rajasthan, broadly, there is clear indication as to which way Rajasthan may go.
Right.
But Madhya Pradesh, of course, is very critical for both the parties. And therefore, you see, the Congress is investing a lot in Madhya Pradesh. BJP,
Right.
of course, is investing a lot in Madhya Pradesh. Shivraj Singh Chauhan factor, yes, he is both an asset. And in some areas, there is a degree of anti-incumbency against him. And fatigue factor, as you say, that may be right word or not, but fact remains that anti-incumbency against him is there.
Right.
And therefore, BJP left this question open by putting out some candidates from the Lok Sabha, two ministers out there, to keep leadership question open. And
So-
Shivraj Singh Chauhan, if you see in one interview, said, my job is to win election and to decide on chief minister's seat, the job of central leadership.
Absolutely. So, like you said, you mentioned a few points which make this election not only interesting but also very, very crucial ahead of 2024. The political future of not only Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan but also the member of parliaments, many of them ministers, those who have been fielded by the Bharatiya Janata Party, at stake at this moment, along with senior Congress leader like Mr. Kamal Nath. Thank you so much, Javed Ansari and Sanjay Singh, for joining us at this moment. It is going to be a fascinating elections. Our guests, our experts are going to be there throughout to try and decode what is happening at every step.